Hi guys, so today I'm going to talk about music. Please ignore this. I accidentally cut myself yesterday while shaving my face because I have to do that, which is great. So just ignore it. So yesterday's video, I unboxed that Disturbed limited edition box set, and that got me thinking that maybe I should make more music related videos. And I did mention that in that video, asking you guys if I should, and I got a comment saying yes. And more specifically, like getting into and listening to rock and metal music as a Christian. So a little bit of my history with that. I've been a Christian all my life. I've been a more devout Christian the past couple of years though. And I've been a metalhead most of my life. Since I was a kid, pretty much. Mostly because my dad is also a metalhead, and he would listen to like a lot of metal music in the car, on the way to school or whatever. And so I just started liking that music, so I would listen to it on my own and, things like that. So that's like kind of my history, and I apologize if this video is all over the place. I mean, my videos tend to be, I feel, because I don't really script them out beforehand. I don't really plan it other than the topic, I guess. So hopefully that this will be helpful. And feel free to ask me any questions. Like if I didn't address any question that you have in this video, please feel free to comment and ask me that question, and I'll answer it to the best of my ability. Okay, so the first, I guess, alternative band I can remember liking is Evanescence, and I still like them a lot. And I think Amy Lee, who is the singer, is Christian. I wouldn't say that they are a Christian band. Like their music, their lyrics, I wouldn't say are Christian. They're not like anti-Christian, but they don't really talk about God, in my opinion. Maybe some of their songs do. I don't know. But not in like a worshiping kind of way, like maybe a worship song would, like you would hear in church or something. But they're not anti-God or anything, which I like, of course. So yeah, I would recommend that band, definitely. Like I said, I still listen to their music. And that's more rock, I guess. If you want to get into like metal, I would suggest Iron Maiden. That one also, there are different genres of metal. I don't really listen to like death metal or black metal or, things like that, just because I don't like the way that it sounds. It's not necessarily bad. I'm just like with any other genre, there's going to be stuff that's not really good for Christians to listen to. Jeez. Just stay away from that. Use your best judgment. But I can't really give you any advice on what bands in that genre to listen to, because I don't listen to it. Again, because I don't like the way that it sounds necessarily. If that made sense. And also when getting into these bands, I would recommend maybe looking up their most popular songs and listening to those first, if you would like. Like with Iron Maiden, The Trooper, Run to the Hills. I'm not sure if it's like one of their most popular songs, but I love their song, The Evil That Men Do. I think the guitar riff that leads up to the chorus is amazing. Like, I love it. And they have a song called Number of the Beast, and that's not anti-God or anything. It's about a dream that one of the band members had. That said, I still don't listen to that one anymore, just because I don't like listening to songs about the devil in any capacity, whether it's actually for the devil or not. And again, that song is just about a dream that one of the band members had, so it's not pro devil or anything like that. So I think that song is okay to listen to as a Christian. That's just my own thing, I guess, that I don't listen to it. But I think it's okay if you do. So I think, again, Iron Maiden is great because a lot of their songs are just based on history. So it's really not for or against God, which I like a lot of neutral bands like that. I think they're safe. I mean, of course, Christian metal and rock are going to be the safest. I'll get to those in a bit. Another band that I like, I don't know, I guess it would be rock. Queen. I think they're great. And the singer, Freddie Mercury, I don't know, like, I would always hear that he was gay, but then people are like, no, he was actually bi. I'm not really sure. And again, that's kind of a hot topic in Christianity, homosexuality. To me, I mean, it's you know, whatever. I still listen to their music, but if you don't want to, that's okay. Sorry, again, I'm just trying to think. I also like Avenged Sevenfold, and again, because their music it's neutral, I would say. They do have a song called Dear God, but I don't think that the band members are Christian. And I don't know, I didn't ask them. So but they're not, at least not in their music, they're not anti-Christian or anti-God or anything. So that's another good band. And I will list all the bands that I talk about in this video, just in case, just so it's easier, I guess, for you guys to look them up. So you don't have to like go back in the video to a certain point, you know, it's easier that way. So Iron Maiden, Avenged Sevenfold, Disturbed, Evanescence, like I said, all these I've said, Queen. I guess if you consider that rock, I'm not really sure. Let me think about it and I'll come back. All right, well, while I think of more neutral bands, I say neutral because they're not non-Christian, but they're not like Christian either. Like their music isn't Christian, if that makes sense. So for more Christian bands, I would recommend Skillet and Flyleaf, although I don't think that Flyleaf makes music anymore, but Lacey Sturm does, and she was the singer of Flyleaf. And so I would recommend those. Yeah. I don't listen to a lot of Christian bands, unfortunately. So those are really the only ones that I can think of right now, at least the ones that are rock or metal. I mean, of course, there's like other ones that I would consider more pop, but we're talking about rock and metal in this video. So yeah, I think those are the only ones I can really think of. Yes, I think the Newsboys are more pop, maybe. Okay, and then I would also say Alice in Chains is safe. I mean, I don't know if I'm sure they make new music. So I'm getting my laptop just to look things up. But at least in the 90s, whenever like Lane Staley was their singer, I liked it. Like, I like Rooster, Man in the Box, although that song does take the Lord's name in vain, which I'm not, you know, huge on. Down in a Hole, Wood, those are all good songs by Alice in Chains. At least, yeah, those are the ones I like. And Pearl Jam, I like one of their songs. It's probably their most popular one, Jeremy. So those are options as well. If you're more into the 90s grunge type things, I'm not really into that type of music. I'm more am into either like 80s or, yeah, mostly 80s. I know I mentioned Avenged Sevenfold, but mostly 80s is what I gravitate to. And speaking of like Avenged Sevenfold, and like I said, with like Iron Maiden, Number of the Beast I avoid, but the other songs I listen to. And same thing with Avenged Sevenfold. A Little Piece of Heaven, while not anti-God or anything, this what is sang about is kind of weird. That's just my personal preference. It's I don't know, it's kind of about murder and necrophilia, and it's just, I don't know. I mean, I'm not against that. I still love that song. I listen to it every once in a while, not as often as I used to. But my rule of thumb, I guess, is, and of course, God is everywhere. He's listening at all times, but if he was sitting beside you, if physically you could see him, would you be comfortable listening to that music with him? That's what I think of. And that goes for every genre, because I've had to stop listening to certain pop songs as well because they're too sexual or something. And would I be comfortable listening to that kind of music with him in the room with me? So that's what I think of with every genre, and every song. Like, would I be comfortable with it? So yeah, I do kind of avoid that song. Like I said, I listen to it every once in a while. I also like Backcountry by Avenged Sevenfold. I'm a drummer, kind of. I haven't played in a while just because I don't have a drum set where I live. But I love the drums in Backcountry. The Rev, he was their drummer before he passed away, but he was such a talented drummer. He's the one that got me into playing. But yeah, so a lot of times I just listen to the actual music rather than the lyrics. I mean, the lyrics in that song aren't bad, I don't think. And an alternative, I guess, I've found to like A Little Piece of Heaven, because I love the instruments and the music part of that song. So I just looked up on YouTube the instrumental of that song. So no lyrics, just the music. And that's like my little way of listening to that song without hearing the weird messed up lyrics. And again, I'm not against that, but I just think God probably wouldn't be super into that. So you gotta think of that too. Just because it's not anti-God or anything, is it appropriate? Would God like us listening to it? You know, things like that. There's a lot of noises going on today. Oh, Skid Row is another good one. I was looking over there and I saw my Skid Row record. A lot of these bands I don't like. I mean, I don't listen to at least all of their songs, with the exception of like Evanescence, and well, that's basically it. Sorry, I got an email. Sorry, I shook the camera. So Skid Row songs I would recommend are 18 in Life, Wasted Time. Sorry if I sound nasally and weird. My hormones make me feel like I have a cold sometimes. Yeah. So yeah, those. In a Darkened Room. Slave to the Grind. Let me see the back of it. And Youth Gone Wild. There might be more, but those are just all I can think of. Yeah. So hopefully I'm giving you guys a broad I don't know what the word is, because it's all the same genre pretty much, but I guess a broad sound, because some are 80s, some are like 90s grunge, like Skid Row. They came in like the late 80s and into the 90s, but I would say they have a more 80s sound to them. I don't listen to their new stuff really without Sebastian Bach. And then of course Evanescence is like 2000s onward. So is Avenged Sevenfold. Yeah. So let me think a little bit more about bands and I'll come back to you. Sorry about the glare, but I had to put my glasses on because I'm looking at my Spotify playlist. So as far as like, I'm looking at my playlist and like back into grunge, like Nirvana, I'm not really sure because I only like one of their songs and that Smells Like Teen Spirit. So I'm not really sure, you know, if you should or not. There are other songs. Let me see. Yeah, a lot of stuff on my playlist. Like, I don't really gravitate to one specific band. It's just a lot of random songs. So if you want song recommendations, I can do that. Cult of Personality by Living Colour. Oh, Halestorm is another band that you kind of have to be careful with. Again, I'm not sure if the band members are Christian or not. And I wouldn't say that any of their songs, at least the ones I've heard, and I've heard pretty much all of their songs, are anti-God, but some of their music is kind of sexual. And if you want, I mean, I can't make you do anything, but I would also stay away from anything that would go against the Bible. Like, you know, God wouldn't want us to be overly sexual, and I think that that would translate to music as well. So a lot of their music is kind of sexual and things like that, but some of their songs that I listen to and I think are okay are Love, Hate, Heartbreak, Familiar Taste of Poison, Conversation Over. I'll have to go down into my playlist a little bit more. So yeah, different band. A couple of quiet Riot songs like Come On Feel the Noise and Mama We're All Crazy Now. Okay. So, I mean, you know, just have good judgment whenever it comes to music. And if you come across a band and you're not sure if they're satanic or not, or anti-God or whatever, then I would just Google it, to be honest. That way you know for sure. Oh, Queensryche is another great band. And my favorite album of all time of any band is Operation Mindcrime. It's amazing. I don't really listen to their other music. I mostly just stick to Operation Mindcrime. But it's amazing. I love it so much. And this is a song, but The Reason by Lacey Sturm. I love that song. Okay, yeah, I just have some bands sprinkled in here and there on my Spotify playlist. Crazy Train by Ozzy Osbourne. I like Def Leppard. I think they're pretty safe. So I have like Billy's Got a Gun and Photograph, and I like Foolin and Too Late for Love. Songs like that. And then back to Halestorm. I also like their song called Rock Show. That's good. Scorpions is another great band. I like Rhythm of Love. I think No One Like You. I think that's okay. It's kind of like on the edge, I think. Rock You Like a Hurricane. Easy for me to say. That's kind of to me. Sorry, I'm just kind of looking at my playlist. So yeah, basically the Iron Maiden, like I said. I like Walks Like a Woman by Baton Rouge. I think that's how you say it. Weird Science by Oingo Boingo. I don't know if that would be rock though, maybe. Rocket by Def Leppard. I don't know if they're considered rock or not, maybe pop rock, but I also like Heart. They're really good. She has an amazing voice. But yeah, so I used to like In This Moment. I still do, but for me, their music is kind of iffy. I mean, again, just use your best judgment when it comes to music in general. But on my playlist, I do have their cover of Call Me by Blondie. I like that. I like their version of it. So I think that's basically all I have as far as rock and metal music on my playlist. But yeah, like I said, I will list all of the bands and songs I talked about in this video. And if I can think of any more, I'll list them in the description as well. So I hope that this video was helpful. And again, feel free to comment or leave any questions in the comment section, and I will answer them to the best of my ability, because I love music, you know. And obviously it's not bad to listen to metal music as a Christian, or even in my opinion watch horror movies as a Christian. I mean, I love horror movies. I just stay away from stuff that mention the devil and Ouija boards, and, you know. I mean, this is the shirt I'm wearing right now. You know, just err on the side of caution, I guess, if you don't really know much about the band or anything. So it's okay to like metal, like spooky things. Yeah, like I said, I hoped this video was helpful, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.